Good morning. All right, so it's day 2 of my recap. We're currently live in Coco Cay, Bahamas. So let me just reflect on yesterday. And again, I'm taking it day by day with my reviews and the stuff that I've noticed. And I'm trying not to compare too much. But again, this is my second cruise with Royal Caribbean in 6 months. So, of course, I started off with Icon. And I noticed something yesterday. They actually had labels on the food in the buffet. So on Icon, every day while I was there, I had to call somebody, not somebody, when I got into the dining buffet because they told me not to even come back to the dining hall. It wouldn't be that many options for me, not the dining hall, the main dining. It wouldn't be that many options for me. So just go to the buffet. I may get, options. So that's what I had to do while I was on Icon. And when I got down there, they automatically knew who I was after the first day. They would call the head chef, and he would walk around with me every day to tell me what I could have, because the menu changes every day. Of course, they have the regulars stations, but as far as like the theme dining, like last night was Caribbean night, they had stuff labeled as vegan, whereas no. I literally had to go, and walk around with the chef for him to tell me what was in each item and what was okay for me to eat. So big comparison. That's a plus in my eyes, because you need food labels. Who wants to do that every night? But I did it. But anywho, that's one thing I noticed about the food. Of course, I said this when we was on Icon. One thing about it, you're gonna get your money worth in food if you like to eat. I don't understand why they have specialty dining options when they put the stuff that they're highlighting. Like you have a steak restaurant, but you got steak on the menu in the buffet. I mean, unless you want it made a certain way, that might be it. Okay. The seafood, y'all put lobster on the menu, lobster, clams, oysters, all this stuff, but you got a seafood restaurant, and I'm like, it's available in the buffet, so who gonna go pay for specialty dining? I mean, unless y'all gonna make it different. But I don't understand why they have specialty dining when they put so much food on the buffet. It's overkill on the buffet. And my other guests, my adult guests, will give you their rundown, and I'm not gonna share what they're gonna say, but we'll do a rundown with them later on tonight, because this is our final night on the ship. Activities, which goes into the vibe. It's giving teenagers and up. And the reason I say that, because it's not much for younger kids to do, and it's age restricted. So little best friend is upset because every time he wants to go to the court, it's age restricted on the times he wants to go. Whereas when he's on his other ship, which he lives for or die by, Disney, there's no age restriction on what he can do. So a lot of times, a lot of things that we wanted to do is age restrictions, and we can't do it because we have little ones with us. So that's something to take a note in. It's a lot of age restriction activities. It's like, if you're not doing this stuff during the day, and a lot of stuff is right on top of each other, you're going to have a good time, but it's just like, okay, dang, we want to go do this, but it's age restricted now. Oh, we want to go do this. Oh, it's age restricted. Like last night karaoke. Age restricted. You can't do the 18 and that. It was 18 and over after we did the aqua show. Let me go back. Shows. So I did, and I'm finna butcher the name. I'm just gonna say the ice skating show on Icon and Utopia, and I like Utopia's better. Yes, the one on Icon was educational, but I like the one on Utopia because it was giving it had music, and it was like songs I knew, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. The aqua show last night, hands down, was better than, they did their thing on Icon, but I really liked the aqua show last night. They showed out like from start to finish. I loved it with the exception of the little mishap. Y'all, it was like a scene from CSI, NCIS, Law and Order, everything. And luckily, he wasn't raised too high. And it wasn't the part where he was going to be high, because if you look at the pictures from last night, it was a scene where I'm looking like this because they're just that high up. But the rope popped And luckily he was like he wasn't even maybe 2 feet raised above the pool. But the rope popped during the aqua show, y'all. And I'm enjoying myself. And I'm thinking that's a part of the show, not realizing the rope pop. And they asked me, did I see that? I said, see what? You know, I'm watching. It was like the rope pop. And then they came over with having technical difficulties. And I was like, oh, was somebody trying to kill him? That's sad. My mind went straight to that. Like, who was really supposed to walk this rope tonight? Was the other person trying to be taken out? But that's so silly. Like, y'all, it was too funny. But they bounced back. The show was amazing. Listen, because that show is so popular, I was able to make a reservation. So I walked in and I saved our seats. But if you don't have a reservation, we literally had to plan out, because even first night when they had the show, we went downstairs around 8:10, and when I tell you the line to get in if you didn't make a reservation was, y'all, it was long. It was long. And so we had a plan. We planned out what time we was going to dinner. Like, everything was like lined up perfectly. We walked down at 7:45. The line was already getting long. So I went ahead and walked through, got our seats or whatever, and they let everybody else in who didn't have a reservation around 8. So if you don't get an opportunity to reserve a show, make sure you are down there early if you really want to see that show, because the lines get long. And I get it. The show was good. I think that's it. Oh, I walked the app yesterday. And again, back to what I said originally, most definitely it's a lot of stuff that was removed that I don't see. I'm going to just say that I don't see. And I thought by it being a newer ship, that you would see a lot of stuff that's on Icon on this one. Same names and everything, but it's just everything is smaller, condensed, or was removed. One thing I really, like I said yesterday, was hoping, and I'm going to do the forward today in the middle of the ship. I'm going to record all that today. I probably upload all that content once I get back home. But I noticed a lot of stuff is missing. And yeah, I wish it was on here. Because I got little people on here with me. But hopefully, and I think, and I have to correct myself and fact check after the fact, that Star of the Seas that will be sailing from Port Canaveral will be identical to Icon. And if that's the case, that's perfect, because it's a shorter distance instead of driving all the way to Miami to get on Icon for 7 days. Unless you want to go to those ports, you can just travel, especially my Jacksonville people, travel 2.5 hours to Port Canaveral and sail and get the same experience. So again, yes, I did notice that, and I'm just like, I think that's it. I'll be trying to remember, y'all. I ain't got no notes. I ain't got nothing to write down. I'll be trying to remember what I'm going to tell y'all. But that's what I noticed. Again, I'll upload all the other content later. But I hope y'all enjoying it. Bye.